Hi everyone, this is Brian Hayes and welcome to a brief introduction to basic maintenance for the flute. The purpose of this video is not to help you become a qualified instrument repairer. This is just practical tips for you as a player to keep your instrument in good condition. The first thing is the enemy of any silver flute is the acid in our sweat. It can, depending on the person, it can tarnish a flute very quickly, and your beautiful silver flute is going to look black and very dirty. So the simple thing you can do is when you finish playing the flute, just with a soft polishing cloth, wipe all of your fingerprints, all of your finger marks off of the body of the flute and the keys. That will help the finish of the flute last longer, and your flute will look much more clean and professional to your audience. It'll feel better to play when it is clean. Now that's the outside of the flute, but the real damage occurs in the inside, the bore of the flute, because moisture is the absolute enemy of pads, corks, felts. One of the best ways to clean the inside of your flute is to just take the head joint off the flute and use an instrument swab. This is a BG brand. They're a company from France who make a lot of great accessories for instruments. So just pull that swab through the body and the foot joint. You've really only got to do it the one time, and that takes the moisture that's accumulated inside the bore of your flute, and it takes it out of the instrument. Now with the head joint, what I like to use is just a instrument pad saver. This actually is a pad saver for the flute, and you can just push that in and pull it out, and that takes the moisture. This is like a fluffy stick that takes the moisture out of the flute. You can also use that pad saver inside the body of the flute. These were very popular in the 1980s when they first came out, but most instrument repairers nowadays, the original intention was that you would leave it in the instrument. So for example, this is the flute saver for the body of the flute, that you'd actually put it in and leave it in the instrument, in its case. The thinking nowadays has moved away from that, and with the pad saver, the suggestion is to use it like a swab. Don't leave the pad saver with all the moisture sitting percolating inside of your instrument. Now, as far as other things you can do with the instrument, periodically it's a good idea to put a little bit of key oil on all of the moving joints of the flute. So it's good to get one that has a little stem on it like that, and like everything, use it in moderation. Just put a drop of the oil where all of the joints meet, the friction points, and you probably only need to do this once every 4 months or so. It's part of, oiling the flute is part of any good annual maintenance program. The one other thing I want to talk about today is using a little piece of microcloth like this. This is made by BG from France. But I'm sure if you've played the flute for a while, you will occasionally have little sounds on some of the keys, and that's where the moisture from your breath when you play has formed a little bit of dust under it. So you can see what I've done here. I've put that piece of cloth under the pad and then I just pull it out. So on the thumb key, if I insert that piece of cloth, press the thumb key down and pull it out, depending on how dirty your flute is, you might see some black marks there on that cloth, which is just removing the dirt that's sitting on the tone hole and also on the pad itself. And that's a really quick and efficient way to get rid of sticky keys. Now finally, if your flute is really dirty and it needs a silver polish, you can use any of the standard products like SILVO to clean it, and you just put a bit of that on a cloth and wipe it. You can also buy what they call a silver cloth, which has silver cleaning impregnated in the cloth, so there's no moisture when you polish your flute. Keep your flute nice and clean every time when you finish playing. dry out the inside with a swab, clean the outside with a clean, lint-free cloth, and you'll find your flute will sound and look beautiful for an extended life, as opposed to if you don't maintain your instrument. Hi everyone, this is Brian Hayes. I hope you enjoyed today's product demonstration video. If you did, you've joined the millions of viewers who have benefited from my YouTube channel. Can I ask you to do two things, please? If you're not already a subscriber to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. That way you'll be informed every time a new video is posted, and you'll join the growing number of interested people all around the world learning more about music and enjoying making music their own way. Secondly, if you are in a position to do so, can I ask you to consider making a donation towards the cost of producing these music videos? It's simple and secure. It uses PayPal. You can find a Make a Donation link from the home page on this site under Home About. And there's also a donation link in the text description of each and every video. Rest assured that all monies received will be reinvested into making this channel the best, most informative, free music channel for multi-instrumentalists on the internet. Thank you and bye for now.